We'll have a quick look here at how you can go about estimating the mean from grouped data on your GDC, because certainly that's the way you're expected to do it. You're not expected on your on the calculator paper to do it all by hand. You just plug all the numbers in and see what number comes out the other side. So this is the data we're going to be using, and if you're estimating the mean from group data, what you need to be doing is having two columns. The first values is going to be the midpoint of these numbers here. So you're basically looking for the number that is halfway between 980 and 990, halfway between 990 and 1000, and so on. And those are the numbers that you're going to input into your calculator. You're then going to put in the frequency as well, and then the calculator will do the rest. In terms of the working marks, the method marks, make sure that you write down the midpoints that you worked out on your exam paper, because that will get you the mark, the method mark, and then the rest of it is done by the GDC, so you'll just get full marks for writing down the final answer. So if we go on to now our question here, we're going to, whenever we're putting in statistics stuff, we need to do it in a spreadsheet or a list. So it's always option 4 that we're going to go into, this one here, that looks like kind of like the Excel icon. So click on that one there, and we give each of our columns a quick title. So the things we were measuring there was mass and frequency. So I'll just type in mass for that one, and I'll maybe just abbreviate frequency, just FR or something there, something that I can easily identify really quickly. And then I type in all the midpoints. So I've already worked those out. I'll type them in quickly. So now that I've got all of those values inputted, my GDC is going to do the rest of the work for me. I go onto Menu, Statistics, Stat Calculations, and I'm looking here for one variable statistics. So click on that top one. How many lists are there? Well, I know there's 2 columns here, but this is basically asking if any of the lists have different pieces of data. There's only one set of data here, it's the masses. So that means there is one list. And I say, right, what are the X values? Click on the drop-down menu, and that's why I gave it a title in the first place. I can see that the values is under the mass column, the frequencies is under the FR column, the results are going to go into column C. That's okay, because I haven't got anything in column C. If I did have anything in there, then I would need to change that letter for something else, but column C is fine. Click OK, and it works them out for me. Now just make sure that you know how to read off the correct values. So this X with a line over the top of it means the mean. Okay, it's the value for the mean. So the value for the mean, which is the whole point of this question, is 1005.25. There's a whole load of other ones that you can just ignore. So these numbers here, this one, this one, this one, don't care what those are. How many bits of data there are? 100. These are the ones that may be a little bit more useful, not for this particular question, but if I ever had to work out what the lower quartile was, that's what this is. Q1x means lower quartile, that's the median, and then Q3x means the upper quartile. So if, for example, I had to work out the interquartile range, I would need to do this number minus this number here, because it's upper quartile minus lower quartile. And again, the values underneath, you can just ignore those. You don't need to use those for anything.